This is an artisan no knead focaccia. It's incredible, even better than a focaccia that you find at the bakery. Mr. Anthony Silvio is here from Vannella Cheese Factory showing you how it's done. The most easy way you can imagine. This is delicious.
It's soft.
Crunchy.
It's incredible.
Savory.
A little bit sweet.
And, oh, it tastes and smells fantastic. This is Anthony Silvio No Knead Focaccia. Anthony, can you do the squeeze test, please?
Let's see how spongy it is. Oh, wow. For the focaccia dough, you will need 430 grams of cool water. For the water temperature, use something that's not exactly room temperature, not exactly fridge temperature, somewhere in between from the tap will be fine. 7 grams of dried yeast, 540 grams of plain flour, 11 grams of sea salt, and 12 grams of extra virgin olive oil. To top your focaccia, you're going to need at least 30 grams of extra virgin olive oil, 30 grams of raw sugar, roughly the leaves from 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary, 300 grams of organic red seedless grapes, and finally 250 grams of our beautiful Vannella cheese Stracciatella. So creamy. Stracciatella is the inside of the burrata. It's a mixture of strands of mozzarella pulled into fine stringy pieces mixed with fresh cream. It's very, very luscious.
This is my afternoon snack.
First we'll add the cool water to our mixing bowl. Now we'll add the dry yeast. And we're going to stir the dry yeast through the water to start to dissolve it. Now we can add our flour, and then we can add our sea salt and olive oil all together. Now we're going to mix the ingredients together in the bowl until all of the dry flour is well incorporated. When you're mixing this dough together, just make sure that you scrape the sides of the bowl and underneath, just to incorporate all of the dry flour into the dough. And we use some beautiful extra virgin olive oil to give a nice flavor to the dough, but also it makes our crumb nice and soft. So it looks like the dough has come together nicely, and I can't see any more dry flour bits around the dough or the ball. So that's ready to go for a half an hour rest. We just have to cover the bowl really nice and tightly with plastic film, so we create a beautiful humid environment. And that's it. We'll let this sit for half an hour, rest at room temperature, and we'll come back to it very soon. So we're going to fold the dough. So we just put a little bit of olive oil on our fingers, and that's going to help the dough not to stick. So gently come under the dough, pick it up, stretch it and fold it on itself. Then turn the bowl 90 degrees and do the same thing. Pick it up, fold it on itself, turn it 90 degrees.
Why do you do it in the bowl?
Number 3, because this dough is kind of a little bit more wet, so it's just more practical for it to stay in the bowl.
Right.
And the last time, there we go. So as simple as that, 4 folds is all you need. Then we can cover this and let it rest for another half an hour. Let's have a look at our focaccia dough. Looks beautiful. I'm going to put it out onto the bench. Very nice. Now I'm going to give it another stretch and fold one last time, just to help reinforce the structure. So just as we did before, top to bottom, bottom to top, left to the right, and right to the left. And that's it, our dough's ready to go. We can just ball it up. Look how airy and bouncy it is now. Now we need to grease our bowl with some extra virgin olive oil. Make sure the oil's touching the sides. And then we can put our dough away into the olive oil. Give it a turn so it's all completely covered. Make sure that the bowl is covered completely, nice and tightly. Wonderful. The dough needs to slowly ferment in the fridge for a minimum of 8 hours, but you can also leave it up to a full 24 hours in the fridge.
It's the day after and it's time to make focaccia. Come on, Anthony, please.
Let's take it out of the fridge.
Please do. The Vannella fridge. Is this what happens overnight?
Look how risen it is and beautifully bubbly and airy it is.
The power of the fridge, eh? The power of patience. Wow, look at that. Ooh. This is gonna be fluffy, eh?
This is going to be so spongy.
Ooh.
Can you believe we did not even knead this dough?
I don't believe that, no.
Look how gassy it is.
I'm really finding this very hard to believe. This is an artisan product. Without any effort.
So the dish that we're using to bake the focaccia today is 26 centimeters by 35 centimeters. And I would say for this size recipe, our focaccia dough, this size tray would work perfectly.
It's perfect.
So try to get a size tray that's more or less in this sort of ratio.
You can go
These
off a few
dimensions.
centimeters. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
Let's base the bottom of the dish with some extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, so we want to be generous, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking about a few tablespoons, yeah.
Yeah. Now with our hands, we can just start to spread the olive oil around. Be sure when you're basting your dish that you're actually doing the sides of the dish as well.
Yes.
Because the focaccia will grow a little bit.
This is the moment we've been waiting for, to put a bubbly focaccia in there.
In the dish.
Can we put the dough in the dish together?
Let's do it.
Come on, let's do it. Anthony, this is the moment where everyone just wants to put their fingers in there, right?
Yeah.
But you have the knowledge and this is your job. I'm not going to take it away from you, but tell me, what do we do now?
You want to be very gentle.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. This dough is your wife.
Ooh.
Okay. We're going to touch her very, very gently.
Okay.
Okay. And what we're going to do is treat the dough in such a way that we get all of the corners all the way out, but we don't want to get rid of all the beautiful gassy air bubbles.
Of course, yes.
So with some slightly greased hands so the dough doesn't stick, I'm going to come in and stretch the corners out. So just underneath, just gently stretch it out. And the bottom too, stretch it out just a little bit so it fills all the corners of the dish. Simple as that.
When do we use our fingers?
Now we're going to make some indentations along the focaccia with the flat parts of our fingers. Okay. And what you're going to see happen is we're going to create lots of gassy air bubbles, but there'll be mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys. The mountains, they're going to brown and crisp up with the sugar on the focaccia.
Okay.
The valleys, they're going to capture all the olive oil and the juice from the blistered grapes.
So keep the inside moist and fragrant.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So we just do a little bit. We don't over press it because we don't want to release all of the air.
Yes.
Okay.
Go with the fingers.
Here we go. Yeah.
What I like here, I've noticed, is you have the extra virgin olive oil from the pan and from the dough all over the edges here, so you can see that. So that's going to help to cook.
Yes, it's going to create a beautiful crispy edge and underneath as well.
Yeah, nice golden color. Yeah, very important.
That's what we want.
All right, let's put the ingredients on top.
So we start with the raw sugar.
Okay.
We're going to sprinkle this in an even layer all over. So we sprinkle this sugar, and what this is going to do, it's going to create a layer of caramelization on top of it. It will mix with the grapes, and it's going to create this beautiful sweetness that goes on the savory dough.
So still a savory dough, but with a touch of sweetness.
Yeah. Now we're going to add the rosemary. Is this from your garden?
Of course it is.
It's beautiful, I can smell it. So we're going to pull off the leaves from the sprig, and you can just kind of break them up a little bit in your fingers and sprinkle it all over.
I like when you do this, because you want the flavors to go straight in there. You don't want to chop this up.
That's
you
right.
want to do everything by hand. Like the basil.
Yeah.
You never chop the basil.
Very rustic.
Yes.
Nonna style.
Yes. The smell of the rosemary is already fantastic. Like,
Very
it's
herbaceous.
really, I can eat a focaccia as it is.
Yeah.
You've been very generous with the rosemary, and I think it's important.
Yeah.
Are you going to be generous now with the grapes?
Yes, we're going to use all of this, about
Yeah.
300 grams. Get a really good quality grape. Go organic if you can.
Yep.
And obviously without the seeds.
Yes.
And let's just pull these off the vine, and we're going to literally press them in
All right.
to the dough, all over.
So they have to kind of disappear in the dough. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, yeah.
You press in.
Press it in.
So they really need to fill the dough, right?
That's right.
How much space in between? No, doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. Make it random.
Yeah, okay.
Don't be too precise about
That's
this.
right.
Yeah, it can just be very random. Put them everywhere and anywhere.
What I like about this process is when you put the grapes in,
Yeah.
you push in, and then you got the dough coming up, like raisins, and
Yeah.
I want more here.
It's
And then
so
you go,
fluffy.
Oh, yeah, fluffy. Yeah. So the more grapes you put in, the
Yeah.
more fluffy it becomes.
Yeah.
And then you were saying the grapes. So
Yeah.
then the grapes release a juice when you cook it.
Yeah, so when they hit the high temperature in the oven, they
Yes.
actually, the skin starts to blister and they release some of their juice, and it,
Extra flavor.
oh, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. Mixes with the sugar, with the herbaceousness from the rosemary.
Beautiful.
So we've got all of our ingredients on top now.
Yes.
Let's finish it with a beautiful drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. So we need to allow this to rest for half an hour at room temperature.
Okay.
But meanwhile, you can start to preheat the oven. So
Right.
we need
What
to
temperature?
have it at 210 degrees Celsius.
Fan forced.
We need it on the bake setting actually. You can use the fan,
Yes.
but as long as there's the top and bottom heat, so like a fan static.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
The dough grew a lot. It's like ready to be cooked, right?
Nice and bubbly. Yeah, this is ready to go into the oven,
Yes.
but we just need to give it one more pressing.
One more.
Yeah, not too much, just to make it nice and bubbly.
Okay.
And then we put it straight into the
Okay,
hot
show me
oven.
what. Show me.
All right, so we've just slightly greased our fingers.
Yes.
And then again, with the flat parts of your fingers, you're going to just come in and just give it one more all over.
What is this gonna do?
It's just going to create more valleys and mountains.
Right.
In we go into the oven, 210 degrees Celsius, 15 minutes.
Oh, look at this! Look at this wonderful focaccia. Look at the grapes. They did shrink, like you said. And
Yeah.
I like how it's cooked here. These are all the bubbles.
So bubbly.
The bubbles
Yeah. And
became
look how bouncy it is.
nice. So what we're expecting now? We're expecting to have a crunchy, soft,
Yeah, it should
and
be
bubbly.
nice and soft and bubbly. You cut it up, it's going to be very spongy. And then we're going to put some stracciatella on top.
Yeah. Come on, Anthony, take this focaccia out. Look at that. Oh. Look at that, guys. Look at it. Look at it. Look at this. Look how thick. My God.
Can you smell how beautiful that is? The rosemary.
This is a
olive
no knead focaccia, which means there's no effort.
Just look at my fingers. I think we put 3 truckloads of olive oil on. I can't wait to see what's inside. Let's cut this open and see just how spongy it is.
Guys, you need to look at this, okay? Anthony Silvio, I don't understand how you did it, but this No Knead Focaccia, it's incredible. Look at the structure.
Yeah.
Look at the sponge. Look
Very
at that.
airy, very spongy.
This means it's light, easy to
is.
digest, full of flavors. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, if you bake bread like this, who needs to go to the bakery anymore?
When it's this light, it's really dangerous because you feel like you're eating nothing.
Oh, so you can eat more. But look at the bottom, look at that. Look how important the extra virgin olive oil is. See the bottom? It's golden. That's what the extra virgin olive oil did.
Yeah.
See the edges are golden? That's because of the extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
No extra virgin olive oil, no party. Anthony, can you do the squeeze test, please?
Let's see how spongy it is. Oh, wow.
Anthony, I need to eat. Come on, slice this focaccia.
Let's plate this beautiful slice of focaccia and finish it with our creamy stracciatella.
Let's get this beautiful focaccia. Slice, oh, wow, bellissimo. Stracciatella is basically burrata without the skin. So much easier to eat it. For this situation, can you imagine putting a burrata on top of this? Oh, it would be a waste. Instead, just get the burrata filling, go stracciatella, and we put it right on top. Can I be honest with you, Anthony? The more the better. So I'm going to put so much on top and spread it everywhere. Come on, guys. This is heaven on focaccia. My favorite cheese filling on the focaccia. Let's do a challenge. Who's going to finish this first? Look at that. Look how high this focaccia is. This is the center of the focaccia.
Yeah.
The smell, the fragrance. You ready, my friend? Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Salute.
Salute.
Wow. Hey, you're right. It's savory with a little bit of sweetness in there.
At the same time.
I can't tell. The sugar is there.
Every so often you get a little burst
You
of
do?
the grapes.
I think the cheese on top really
It elevates it.
takes it to the next level. Yeah. Guys, you need to try this.
Yeah.
I'm serious. This is an incredible culinary experience. No Knead Focaccia.
So easy to make.
So easy to make. And what if you don't want to use grapes?
You can
Use
do
whatever.
any toppings, yeah.
Anything you want.
Yeah, just make it savory with olive oil and herbs. It's beautiful. Or you can use it as a bread. You know, cut it in half, put some
I would.
fillings. Yeah.
I can put the cheese inside. I would say the most important ingredient here is the extra virgin olive oil together with the cheese.
That's right.
Okay, I'm going home now. What are you doing? I'm going home. My wife wants this focaccia. Please write a comment below for Anthony and say thank you, Anthony, for showing me the recipe. But also tell us, what would you add on top?
Yeah.
What would you remove? How would you do this? Tell me, huh? Thank you to the Vannella Cheese family for giving us this beautiful stracciatella. And I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia Vincenzo's Plate. Oh no, wait. Anthony's Plate.
Ciao.